Alternatively, just get tired.
I am tired and I could sleep. I'm not dependent on it. It helps.
You sound like a vapor. I don't even need it, bro.
I don't need it.
I don't need it, bro.
I'm not addicted. And we're back, episode 1/4/5.
Slash a lot of them.
We've recorded so many episodes and haven't, like, we didn't click record one time. We didn't like the other one. I messed up. It's mainly my fault for most of them.
I'm not even going to argue with that. That's actually correct.
Anyways, drink of the day, starting this new thing, Voodoo Ranger.
Fruit Force.
It's a fruit punch IPA. I don't know if we could say that. We'll get to I don't know.
I was like, why we agreed not to say that.
I'm going to say all of it because I can edit it. 9.5%.
Yeah.
This bottle looks sick. That's all I got to say. Let's try it out.
I was just going to open it. Oh, if it tastes like Four Loko, I'll kill myself.
Whoa.
That's the best IPA I've ever had.
It's definitely, yeah.
No free promos, though. It could be better.
Yeah, we were going to like tape the logo, but honestly, whatever. Voodoo Ranger.
Shout out Voodoo Ranger.
I think that's nice. That's nice with it. But I understand why people wouldn't like it. It is a little fruit. It's
beery.
Fruit punch. It's beery, but it's also fruit punch, which is a weird combo. But you know what?
I like it. It's cold for my teeth, though.
Yeah. It's good. Anyways, yeah. So it's been about over a year since we've made.
Too freaking long. Yeah.
A year. Yeah, a year and a half. June 30th. Not even of last year, because I lived in San Francisco last June. No, I just moved back. So yeah, a year and a half. It's been a long time.
COVID makes everything feel like it was like 2020 to 2022 has been 1 year for me.
That is crazy. Also 9%. I already feel it. But anyways, but anyways, we're in a competition with podcasts.
Yes.
But we're not even going to say the name because we don't follow
no
them.
Free promos. No.
I'm just kidding. It's an embarrassing podcast with Khalil and Sierra. We are on their podcast and we made a bet. Whoever will grow the most this year.
Instagram followers. Right? Or just TikTok? Or no, it's Instagram followers for sure.
Instagram, but on the podcast page, they're already at 30K. We're at
they had a head start, but we didn't even need it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
We took a year and a half off to give them a chance. That's what we did.
Exactly. Plus, we made this bet a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago, and we still haven't posted it.
We really need to get on our shit. No, we're not worried. That's why we're just not worried.
Yeah, exactly. We got 10 months, so we're going strong with it. But
we need your help.
But yeah, no, for real, Paulo. Anyways, a lot has changed in the past year.
Yeah,
a lot. I used to live in San Francisco last year. Now I moved back halfway through last year. I lived there for 8 months. You have a big girl job.
I have a big girl job. At the beginning of this month, we did end up filming a video or a podcast episode about like kind of a New Year's resolution kind of thing, seeing like what we were going to do this year, what changes we've had since last year. And one of the questions you asked me is, will you have a new car this year? And I was like, no, not at all. I love my car. You know, she's going to last. I'm going to run her to the ground.
What year is your car?
It's a 2010.
2010. Okay, so it's not too old.
First of all, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, that car is beautiful. It's manual, which means I don't need a starter to run it. I don't need a battery to run it. That car is just like, could just be wheels and I'll Flintstone like paddle it. Like it doesn't matter. It's an amazing car. But anyway, I was giving this spiel last episode, which is not going to air. But then I ended up buying a new car 2 weeks later. So
yeah, you said you weren't going to do it, and now literally 2 weeks later. So speaking of change, that's crazy. And the prediction was this year for the entire year would get a new car.
Yep.
And you said no.
No, I would never.
Here we are.
Yep, I have a new car. It's not here yet. 37 more days supposedly.
Trust me, I'm counting down the days too because I don't like taking road trips in my car. That thing is
I
too
hate
small,
taking road trips. I hate driving in your car because when you're in the back seat, he goes over a speed bump and my head is hitting the fucking top.
Oh yeah. No, it's not. It's definitely not ideal. But anyways, yeah, a lot has changed. San Francisco. So when I lived in San Francisco, I realized a couple things. And first of all, I worked with a startup and it was great. I worked there for like 8 months, lived there and worked there for 8 months. The whole startup lived in the same building.
That's so cool.
It was really cool. Like the grind there was insane. But and I do think I see the value of working really hard when you're young. Everyone over there some people were 18, 19.
Yeah.
The CEO
grinding
is super
every day.
young, my age, everyone's super young. And I liked the environment a lot. It taught me a lot. But it's on the opposite side of my family and my friends, opposite side of the country, excuse me.
Oh, 100%. I told everybody, I was like, my best friend hated me so much, he moved as far away from me as possible.
There's literally no farther away. Like there's no farther in the country. There's no farther, opposite like corners.
Yep.
But I realized, so, and again, I like the grind set. However, I would see
the
my
grind
family,
set?
Yeah.
No way, bro. Stop.
What? You don't know grind set? You don't know hustle porn?
Oh, dear God.
You don't know these terms?
We're going to get demonetized.
Man, you gotta live in San Francisco, I guess.
I guess so.
No, hustle porn is like the glorification of hustling and working nonstop, which is a topic in itself. I won't get too deep into that, but I want to really emphasize the value of like my friends and my family who are here.
Yeah.
There were birthdays I was missing out on. And again, I want to say one more time, the importance of grinding while you're young, super important.
Yeah.
But like, what's more important? Like missing, your family's events and birthdays and random dinners and all this stuff. Like in SF, I have a handful of really good memories.
Yeah.
But nothing compared to 8 months living here with like the people that I love the most,
I mean, it was like that TikTok you sent me literally like a few days ago. It was this woman and she was talking about how in her early 20s, she was just like doing the thing where every day she was coming home and watching TV and going to bed early and just like a routine every single day. And she was like, in those 4 or 5 years, I had no memories, like nothing. My brain doesn't remember any of it because it's not important. It's the same thing every day versus, going out and doing stuff, being with people you love.
Which now she is doing that, right?
Yeah.
She
She
goes out like 3 or 4 times a week.
Exactly. And she said that in the past, that would have been like maybe a once a month thing. That was a really special thing.
Right.
So I don't know. I definitely relate to that very hard this year. Like that's a really big change for me too, is I'm just anything that I want to do, I'm doing. Like anything that comes to mind, anything that's a little weird. We even I started a list of like new things that I want to try. Mm-hmm. And I've already started, like one of them was like knitting and crocheting. Like I've already started crocheting. So like just like small stuff like that. But like, I definitely understand what you mean. Like you were grinding very hard and that is very, very amazing. But do you feel like you were missing out on a lot? Like I feel like
and it's not just FOMO, right? And it's not just FOMO where you're like, oh, I wish I could be having fun or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like literally core. Like your birthday.
You missed something. I was trying to think of what you missed. Dude, was it my birthday?
It was a birthday at your house, and there's a couple stories that always pop up. It was a birthday party you had at your house for you.
Yeah.
And there's a couple stories that always pop up that everyone's like, oh yeah, remember that? And I just will never even understand. Like I know the stories by now, but I don't know it to like I wasn't there. Right. So it's just like missing out on those, and that's a special moment. That's something you'll talk about forever, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think those are so important. But,
that was so weird. I was like, Sandra's not here. This is weird.
I know. Like, I'm saying
because since we were like 15, every birthday, like we've been on each other's birthday. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
Always.
Yeah.
So that's weird, but it is February. It is Valentine's month.
Yep.
Something we do all the time is we do late. We're late to everything.
We're late. I was late today, actually.
Yeah. We're supposed to film at 5:30. It's 9:10 right now, PM.
Dear God.
So it's late. But Valentine's Day was a couple weeks ago. But in our Valentine's Day episode that we did film on time that we're not posting because I didn't record.
We filmed, but we didn't record.
Filmed, just not record. But we talked about Valentine's Day. What's very popular is Galentine's Day, Palentine's Day. All these like anti-relationship days, like not anti, but I mean?
But
just
like if you're
embracing.
Exactly, embracing being single and all that stuff.
Right. So so dude, I'm telling you.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. I keep sipping. I'm like, people are gonna think I'm wasted because I am.
Dude, I'm shocked.
It's 9.5. It's an IPA, bro.
Holy moly. Anyways,
sponsor us, please.
It got me thinking about talking to people, pickup lines, stuff like that. And so I've been going to the gym a lot for a minute. And it's a hot topic to talk about ways to pick people up at the gym because
it's a delicate subject.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Should you even do it in the first place? A lot of people are like, no, you come there to work out and that's it. But my rebuttal to that, go ahead.
I even have a rebuttal to that, but you tell me yours.
No, you tell me yours.
I think like it's just human to want interaction. Like I think that's silly to just be like, don't talk to anybody, like you're in there to finish something. No. Like
you go to the library to read, you go to the coffee shop to have coffee. You're never actively
exactly. No, there's not like one. You're not going to a place to certainly necessarily talk to someone, but
even
you're
the club,
talk to people.
Even the club.
Exactly.
I just come here with my friends to dance. Like some people do.
Exactly.
Right. So it's like so But again, you know, if you don't want to be approached at the gym, I mean, your thing, right?
Right.
But we were talking about there's like a proper way to do it, right?
Yes, there is a very proper way to do it.
And I like what you say about having an out thing.
Oh yeah. So, in my opinion, boys take notes. Just in general, I mean, people take notes, but specifically, like in my experience, men who are trying to like talk to me, get to know me, whatever, you always want to have an out for someone, because one, that's just better for you, because you know they actually, like, if they're staying, they want to talk to you. Two, like, it just avoids like awkward situations. It avoids you being an asshole. Like, just give them an out so that if need be, they can just end the conversation. And that's very important at the gym, because yes, some people are just there to work out, just there to lift.
Right. And so my thing that I've been thinking about for a long time. So I do TikTok and I do a lot of like psychology terms in TikTok. There's one term called the mirror exposure effect.
The mirror exposure.
Mirror.
Okay.
MEER. Mirror exposure.
Oh, mirror exposure. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Mirror exposure effect. And what it is the more you are familiar with something, the more you are more likely to be comfortable and like it more.
That's actually so cool.
Yeah. So you know, that's why the way people are raised, they're comfortable around that, because they've been exposed to it so many times. Your best friend, you hang out with them all the time.
Right.
You're very comfortable around them.
Okay.
But it even goes subconsciously to where, you know, you've always been around this certain, like, it could be like a smell or something, and that makes you comfortable, whatever it is.
Okay.
But the mirror exposure effect, 3 steps to picking, and I want you to tell me, and we've talked about it before, so you kind of know it, but I want you to tell me like your ideas, your thoughts about this. So mirror exposure effect, you have a gym crush, right?
Okay.
So I have a gym crush, and and you know, you just everyone has a gym crush, right?
Duh.
Yeah, duh. So my thing is, she has over-ear headphones, and I always use AirPods. So my first exposure, right? First step of the plan. It sounds weird if you say it like that, but first
exposure
is walking up to her and saying, "Hey, I usually use AirPods, but I noticed you have over-ear headphones. I feel like those would be really hot when like working out with them. What do you think about that?" And she's like, "Oh, you know, they're kind of hot sometimes, but like the sound quality is better, and it's like gets me like more hype, whatever it might be." Okay, cool. That sounds good. Oh, my name's Xander, by the way. Oh, my name's da-da-da. All right, good to meet you. Leave. Boom.
See that?
And out, right?
Exactly. The end of the conversation. Cool. Keep going.
Right. Second exposure. So next day or next week or however many, whatever, next time I see her, step 2 would be another question. So, hey, listen, you said you had these headphones. What brand are they? Oh, they're Samsung, whatever. Oh, I looked up this brand and this brand, but you know, I'm trying to figure it out. So, okay, I'll look up those to see if I like them, whatever. Then buy the over-ear.
Stop. I'm like, geez. Simping from step 2.
I didn't think about like that might be, I mean, if you like them and you want to buy them,
if they're cute, yeah.
Right, then buy them.
You have a big head though, so I feel like they'd be too warm for you.
No, I've tried over here. No, not while I work out. They're so hot. Even right now, sweating right now. But let's just say you wanted them and you bought them, and then you would go up and be like, "Oh, look, I got them. Da da da. Thank you so much. There was a great suggestion last week. I had the best workout of my life. Da da da. Whatever."
Holy shit.
Maybe that's a little. maybe that's a little extreme, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then so thanks for the suggestion, but now she knows your name. She knows you have a familiar, you
face. Weren't creepy the first 2 times.
Yeah,
so
she's talked to you twice. You've gotten advice from her, which that's good too. So then you can ask for the number after the 3rd time. So
the first, like, I've been thinking about this number versus like Instagram handle. And I'm so conflicted on it, because I do think that a number is like, it's just like a very like manly thing to do. Like it's like very like direct, straight to the point.
Grown. Yeah.
Exactly. You're an adult, but at the same time, I just like, it would make me like nervous to be like, not nervous, but just like it does put you in an uncomfortable position of like, oh, this guy's really friendly, but like I have a boyfriend kind of thing. But Instagram handle is just a little bit like less, to me, it's just like a little bit less of a like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How
less
do I
serious,
say it?
Less, because
and you can see if she has a boyfriend.
That's
and
true.
she can see if you're a creep.
Right. And that's why I like the Instagram, to get a little more context on them.
And who they are and everything like that.
Right. And also, I'm not going to lie, sometimes you're at the clubs, at the bars, whatever, you want the Instagram because you might not necessarily remember. The beer goggles, now when they're off, you look at the Instagram, you're like, oh.
Exactly.
So I like that, to kind of keep it fresh in your mind for sure.
But also just take a chance. I don't know, like maybe numbers the move. I just like, I really just don't know. I feel like also for me, like if I was talking to a guy and they're texting me, I like need to know their last name because I'm going to stalk everything about them. Instagram handle makes that, we just remove that step.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm a full team number because just how it comes off, like, oh, you have an Instagram, can you, like that comes off so much younger in my opinion. I think number's the way to go. I think you should take a chance with number. Yeah.
I think you should take a chance with number, like in general, but I think I see pros and cons of both. I'm sure through texting you would get the Instagram handle anyway. It's just for the first step, I don't know, but number is the way to go, I think too.
So let's just say like you got the number and everything, right? Then they leave and whatever, and then you're downtown with some friends, and all of a sudden one friend just drinks too much, just drinks too much, and they need help, right?
Boy,
but imagine you Ubered. It's like since you Ubered there, you need a ride back, right?
Wow. Insane. Now imagine it's a Friday night and you already have plans to clean your room and be productive.
Yeah.
No, Friday, Xander calls me up and I already knew what was going to play out in the situation, but I was like lying to myself and saying I didn't. I get a call from Xander and he's like, dude, and he's beating around the bush so hard. He's like, oh my God, like I just, and he does this thing. He's so dramatic when he doesn't want to talk about something. Just like,
I don't like, whoa, okay,
so cringe.
I just don't finish my sentences.
No, you don't. You're so cringe about it. Yes, that. It's the sides. So cringe.
I like how it sounds on my headphones.
but like legit. And you're like, oh, but I don't know. Like, oh, I have this friend here and she's just like super wasted. And, like she's like unconscious right now. And like, I don't know how to like, she was.
Yeah, she really was.
She really was. No knocking, but like she was. Yeah. And, he was just like, oh, I just like need to take her home, blah, blah, blah. But like the Uber, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, no, ask your friend group that you're with. Like that's their friend group.
Wait, real quick. You didn't say no. You just said, I really don't want to do that. And I go, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yes. I just said, I really don't want to do that. Which, by the way, I don't say very often. I really don't. Yeah. But I really was committed. I was like, I'm going to deep clean my room tonight. I'm going to be so productive
But
tonight.
Also the way I was presenting the information, I wasn't like, I need help.
You weren't.
It was literally like,
a funny
I literally
kind of thing.
wanted you to say no. So that I can call an Uber and it'll be fine.
Exactly.
But just on the off chance that you would say, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Then that's why I called you, right?
No. That's a good point. Yeah. But as soon as we hung up the phone, I got dressed. I was like, I know how this is gonna end up. Like I felt it. I felt it in the presence. But please delete that. That was stupid. I was trying to say I felt it in the air.
I didn't think twice about it. Go ahead.
Well, it's this.
9.5.
It's a 9.5. Anyway, I felt it in the air. I was like, okay, he's going to call back and I'm going to have to go pick him up. So then you did. And you're just like, I honestly, this was such a good point that I kind of had made to you, but I didn't really harp on it. The implication. Okay. The implication of this girl clearly like not okay. And then you seemingly okay. You were definitely drunk, but seemingly okay. I was like, I'm not even gonna lie. If I was walking by on the street and I saw you with a girl like that and I didn't know you, I would literally be like trying to wake her up and be like, do you know this man? Like,
yeah. And that's my thing too. I really did call after we hung up the first time. I called the Uber and he literally called me back and said, hey, I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
And I literally told him, I was like, just leave. I was like, just leave. One, because this girl was literally like carrying her in an Uber would just be almost impossible.
Yeah.
Two, it just looks horrible.
So horrible.
Right.
I literally, where are you taking her?
Yeah.
I'm like, geez. Yeah. And then also the throwing up thing.
Right. Oh yeah.
She would have thrown up in that Uber 100%.
Yeah.
I showed up with plastic bags. I showed up with a Pedialyte for her.
Like I know I was like I was lit, so time didn't really exist, but it seemed to me like so quick.
It was literally I was there in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I was there in 15. It takes 10 minutes from my house to downtown, and then I needed 5 minutes to get the Pedialyte from my dad's secret stash of Pedialytes, which is another topic. But I got a Pedialyte for her, set it up in the back seat and stuff, and it was fine. Like honestly, we got back to the house, dude. Carrying her in the car, crazy. She was strong. She's a strong woman. I was like, oh my god. But
she's a boxing coach.
She was. I was like, go queen. Okay. Literally, but I know you would have done it for me. Like, no matter, like, you kept apologizing. And I was like, you're annoying me. Stop apologizing. It's totally fine. Like, this is not anything to apologize for. I know that if you could do something different.
Was I apologizing or thinking? I don't know which one it was.
You were apologizing and you were thinking. Okay. Of course you were thinking. But like the apology was the more thing that I was like, shut up. Yeah. Like, it's literally not a big deal. Like, no, you were apologizing more actually, not the thing. Really? But yeah. I was like, thank you. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you. I was like, dude, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I know you would do the same thing for me.
Exactly.
So that's what matters.
Exactly. And then just to wrap up that story, we like made sure she was okay. You know, Elena made sure she was everything. And then she comes out, she's like, should we take shots? And I was like, all right, bet. So I took a shot, whatever. Then she dropped me back off downtown and just stayed out.
No, I did. I was in, to paint the picture for you guys, Crocs. I just come from soccer. Oh my God. The part of the story that's so important. I literally came from soccer. So I was playing a game, came sweaty as shit, big shirt. Like, I don't even know what kind of shorts I was wearing. My soccer like shorts. My hair was in like a ponytail braid thing. It was so, no makeup on. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll hit the club. Like,
so
went in there, bought everybody shots.
Yeah, no. And then where's Elena? She comes back with like hands full of shots.
Literally,
like, here.
I was holding 5 tequila shots and my Yingling right here. And I was walking out and people were like, whoa, because I was just like spilling it everywhere.
That's so funny. So there was this TikTok about calling roommate or calling.
Yes,
calling
it was roommate.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And the whole premise was like, oh, like I was in bed ready to sleep, and then my roommate called roommate.
Yep.
And I had to go out, and now I'm at the club.
And they can only do 5 a year, so they can only call a roommate 5 times, and you have to do whatever their roommate said. So we have a call roommate thing. But honestly, like 5 is like extra for us. Like, I'm never gonna say no. Realistically, like I'm not saying no. So
yeah. No, definitely.
But
yeah, no, we're pretty much on the wave. If like, like even like again the other night you weren't trying to go out and then you ended up out. But
dude, I knew already. Here's the thing. I was kidding myself. I put on like shitty clothes. Like I didn't change. I changed back into my soccer clothes because I changed into my PJs, but I changed back into my soccer clothes and I was just like, I'm not going to go out. I'm going to dress like this so I don't go out. And then as soon as we got to the place, we dropped the girl off. I was like, knowing me, I know I'm going to go out no matter what. Like I know I'm going to go out in these Crocs. It doesn't matter. Why did I do this? So yeah.
Do you think that like, so I needed your help, right? Because I couldn't, there's no other way, like the Uber wouldn't work, whatever. I feel like in a lot of situations, a lot of like just friendships in general, do you think that that's like super common to help each other as much as like you would? No, I don't. Because, and the reason I say that, it's like not even like a pretentious, like a high horse thing. Yeah. Like when I think about in my life, my closest friends, my closest friends, they would like drop everything and help me for the most part. But it took a lot of time to get here with like it took a lot of, not even weeding out, because it's not like I was like, oh, you're not gonna be my close friend anymore because you wouldn't do that for me. It just naturally happened because like when you're someone that like does this for other people, you're gonna naturally like want people close to you that do the same thing for you. Yeah. So naturally, like I realized the other day, like one of my best friends, Emily, we've been friends for 20 years. That's crazy. A crazy number to say. Like I've never said that. Like I can't believe 5? First of all we're old enough. Yeah, or 6-ish. Like, but like I can't even believe that we're old enough to say we've done something for 20 years. Let alone be like close friends. Not even just like like I've known her. No, close friends. Right. And her, she's the same thing. Like I have called her drunk as hell before. And been like, can you take me home? She was in bed. Yeah. Literally left her ringer on because she like knew that I was like going out to drink and like I don't even remember the occasion, but she like knew that she might have to come pick me up, and she did it. So no, I don't think it's normal, but I think like if you do that for other people and you just make sure you're not like getting taken advantage of, it can become normal for you. Right. Like law of attraction, you attract what you give out. Exactly. 100%. Psychology king. A lot of fun times this weekend. Yes. Was very fun. Very, very, very fun. We went to Mardi Gras. Saturday, my dad's band was performing. Yeah, for Mardi Gras Festival. Yes, and it was in Lake Wales. Yes, which if you don't know anything about Florida, there's nothing in Lake Wales besides like cows. Is your dad going to see this? Honestly, yeah. No, he knows that. No, that's the whole joke. Okay, okay, good. That's the whole running joke. We're at his house. There's no service because it's in the middle of the woods. It's like, literally in the middle of nowhere. That's the whole thing. Oh, man. And yeah, it's very different over there for sure. But you know what? That's not Lake Wales. That's literally Florida minus the major cities. Like that's true. Miami, we're Orlando. Very, very southern, kind of like middle of nowhere country vibe. And Lake Wales is an hour and 20 away from Orlando. We were at a bar called The Coop. The Coop. And yeah, it was like one of my favorite restaurants in Orlando is called The Coop too, and it's on Mills in Winter Park. We've been there. Yeah. Also, it did not look like that. It was a house. The Coop is a house that they turned into a bar. It is fun. They have live bands there. That was very, very fun. It was just like I could tell we weren't locals. I was like, oh God, we're not locals. With your pink hair, yeah. Oh my God, my pink hair. We all had pink cowboy hats on that lit up. Oh God. But I will say that the 2 weekends ago we went there. That was at the Coop, and that was my dad's band was playing there, and it was like classic rock music, and like that. It was still, so it was like a more, I guess, more, what's it called? More like urban vibe,
more like modern vibe. Kind of. Well, city, more urban vibe, I guess. Yeah.
So then the next weekend we go there, Mardi Gras festival was great.
So fun.
I thought you were gonna say 9.5 because I stuttered. But so then we went to the Coop again, and it was like just like a country band. They played all country music, very different like crowd that was there. Yeah. But it was just interesting. Like
Xander wouldn't let me ask them to play Taylor Swift. I tried very hard. She's country.
Yes, but
or Carrie Underwood.
There's certain country songs that like we know that are either like super popular or that like just I've heard like growing up, whatever. This band wasn't even playing those. They were playing they were in that genre.
It was country. Underground country. Like, you knew country.
No. Like yeah.
No,
like,
it was popular. Okay, I just wouldn't know it.
Exactly. Yeah. So the fact that I'm surprised that sober you're still saying that you should have said Taylor Swift, because I was like, oh,
stand by that.
It's fine.
No, I stand by that.
Yo, if someone told, okay, it was a good time. But we also hung out with my grandma.
Yes, Mita Queen, Peruvian Queen.
Yeah. So Mita is my grandma, and at her house, like she had the same house all like since I was born. Since my dad was like raised in that house.
Oh, I actually didn't know that. That's crazy.
They literally. Oh yeah, because you were. Oh yeah, because you weren't at the breakfast. He talked about this, but basically they bought that house and it looked the same as every other Lake Wales house, and they renovated the whole thing to make it look, because I think it was like a year and a half in, my grandma Mita was like, I hate this house, like this looks horrible. So she changed it, completely renovated it, made it look super Spanish.
That is a Peruvian
like
household.
Red tile roof.
Yep.
Just like floral everywhere, wallpaper, the whole thing. And we had a good conversation with her, and we were talking about learning languages.
Yeah, she was just mentioned that like, so she was like kind of, she speaks English and Spanish, right? Like, but Spanish is her main language, definitely. And she was speaking Spanish to you, and you were understanding like a lot of it. And she was just like commenting on how like, she's like, okay, like Xander doesn't speak it, but he understands it. And we were just talking about how like, because correct me if I'm wrong, but like your father doesn't really speak it very often.
No, he does. He does. Not often, but he's fluent.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But like to family even, not like his brother's English. Mita Spanish, some Spanish pretty much, but yeah, not super often.
Okay. Right. Yeah. But she was just like making a comment about how like she like really messed up, or it wasn't like that deep, but she
said she regretted it.
She said she regretted never teaching you Spanish, and low-key I was very surprised because you agreed with her, and I was like, I don't know if you remember, but I don't remember the wording that you used, but you were just like, hey, I hung out here, you basically raised me in my early childhood, you could have taught me.
Not to the extent of raised, but like when my parents would go to work, I would stay with her very often.
No, that's kind of
throughout
enough.
The week.
Yeah. And so, which is a really good point, I think that like,
and she spoke English, that's like, oh, go ahead.
Okay, so that's the craziest thing to me is like, what do you mean she spoke English?
She spoke English to me.
Yeah, I know.
Even though also, it's not like her English and her Spanish are on the same level. Her English is like down here. Her Spanish is like up here. So it's like, even then, she still spoke the broken English to me as a
I know. So here's the thing, like, you know, because I'm Albanian, so in my household, we only speak Albanian. There is no English. Like, granted, me and my sisters, we do speak a lot of English to each other, but we don't need to. Like, we're fluent in Albanian. It's just how it works. Like, when you're around here, you know. But my parents made it very, very strict. It was my mom really that like spearheaded that. Like she would just like would not let us. Anytime she heard English, she was like, stop, like Albanian. So but a lot of Albanian people like no longer, especially people my age, no longer speak it. They can understand it, but they no longer speak it. And it's because the parents, like, here's the thing too. It's like, I know a lot of Albanian kids that have accents, and it's because their parents are the ones who teach them English. They have broken English like already. And then they don't speak Albanian to them, so they don't know Albanian. They speak English, but they have an accent speaking English. It's just like this cycle. But also the schools don't help either. The schools told my parents to speak English with me at home, even though I was grades.
Your school's here?
My school's here. Okay, my school's here. Told my parents to speak English at home, and my parents were like, she has great grades. She has A's. Like, she's doing fine. Why would she speaks English perfectly? Why would we do that? Like, but no, it's just people think that your kids. There's this old fashioned idea that kids will get confused.
Yeah.
Before the age of 8, any kid can learn any language, and as many as you want.
Right.
And perfect.
I will say, I think there's also a stigma, especially with people coming here to the US. They want to make sure their kids speak English, and they want to, yeah. And so I think that, like I was talking to my roommate about this too. He's like, his mom is Costa Rican and also didn't teach him. And then I was talking to also Kaylin, and she's Italian.
Yeah.
She doesn't know Italian. So, and I think it's a lot of this concept of like, they want you to fit in here, and they want to like get as much into the American society as possible. So
the thing with that is like, because most of these immigrants are used to survival mode, right? So when you're back in your home country, you're just trying to survive. In America, you get to live. You don't just have to survive. And that's what a lot of people like don't understand, which totally understandable why they think that. But it's like, no, you don't have to survive here. You can live your life. So I just think it's like, and also it is very hard. And I told your grandma this too. It is so hard to keep a language. Spanish, I will say, way easier. There's Spanish all around you. Literally anywhere you go, people speak Spanish. But like it is still hard to keep it. You have to be very, very, very disciplined. And as a parent, that's exhausting. So I get it.
Something you also have to keep in account is the times too, right? Like, we're talking from like a very modern perspective.
Right.
They came here, like my grandma moved here 50 years ago, literally 50 years ago. Yeah. What year is it? It's 2023. So like literally in the 70s.
Yeah.
Right. So that even more so trying to fit in and just.
Oh, that was a way different time as well. So I totally understand. But I just like, for me, if like if our age parents spoke it, they had a duty to teach us. Like, and that's very harsh. Like, I know that's harsh, but it was their responsibility to teach us. But with that being said, like, again, there's so much more that goes into it. Like, it's not like a black and white kind of thing. It's just, for me personally, like, it does not matter who I marry. Like, my kids are going to speak Albanian. Right. Now I'll find a way to make it happen. It's going to be hard as hell. It's going to be so hard, but they're going to. And if I can help it, Spanish too. Because it's so important. It's so important.
Well, I mean, what's the hard part? The hard part is your spouse potentially not speaking that,
and also consistency. There's people that speak like I said, Albanian parents that both of them speak Albanian, and they still like don't teach the kid Albanian. They teach them English. So it's not just about your spouse. Like,
what if you just speak that in the house? Like,
exactly. No, I know. Just speak that. Exactly. But the thing is, once the kid goes to school, they start learning English. Then they're going to bring English home and want to speak English. You have to be on top of it. You have to be so annoying about it.
But don't you start talking before school?
It doesn't matter, because Albanian is my first language. Albanian is Anna's first language. Albanian is Rena's first language too, and Rena was born here. It doesn't matter. As soon as they get into school, that they like easily want to revert back at home and speak English, because the kids want to. The kids want to.
Oh, really?
The kids are speaking English 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day. So when they get home, their first instinct is to speak English.
Is it doing any type of disservice? Because obviously, like, yes, when the person's grown up, like, yeah, you'll be so grateful that your parents spoke that language when you were younger. Is there any, because like, let's imagine, when do you start going to school? When you're 5?
Yeah.
Or something? Yeah. So by 5, you're fluent in language. You can speak, right?
Yeah.
So imagine you don't know English, only Albanian or Spanish, whatever, and then you go to an English speaking school. Is that any disadvantage for
literally
the kid?
None. Literally maybe a month of awkwardness. I'm not even kidding. Rena, like I said, my little sister, she's 10 years younger than me. She was born here, fully born here. English or Albanian was her first language. She spoke it for the first 3 to 4 years of her life. Like, obviously when she started speaking, whatever, 3 to 4 years, that she was exposed to English already. Naturally, we're taking her places. She's learning English. Kids are like sponges. Yeah. They learn it all. And then once she got into school, she learned it very quickly. Like, and same for me. Like, when I came here, it literally took me like 2 months. I was reading in English, reading, writing, speaking.
Because
kids are just sponges. It's just so crazy.
That is actually crazy.
And people don't think that. They think about it in terms of them trying to learn a language. It's not the same for a kid. Kids are made to learn languages. You know what I mean? Like, you're born to do that.
Right.
But yeah. Like, speaking of born to do that.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, for real.
What?
The exercising thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
So speaking of born to do that, we talked about a lot of changes last year, all this stuff. The grind set. Excuse me. Dear Lord.
Nice callback.
Thank you. No, so I have been super active playing soccer. I've been going to the gym. Well, I stopped basic for the last year, and like you can tell. But I'm getting back into it now, and I've just been thinking about the gym a lot. I really like when I'm there, I enjoy it, but for the most part, like, I'm just not like really I'm not very like lifting weights oriented, right? Like I'm not crazy into lifting. I do want to be strong, but I'm not like, it's just not like a super, super big passion of mine.
Right.
And I was thinking about it because I saw a TikTok. I'm chronically on TikTok actually, guys. I saw a TikTok and it was just basically like talking about how humans like, we're made to be outside. We're made to be in the sun. We're made to do all these things. And then it got me thinking, like, what else are we made to do? And I started looking stuff up about exercising specifically because, like, okay, I know people weren't deadlifting in our ancestors were not deadlifting technically,
right.
But they were like active and moving and lifting things and walking. So I researched a little bit more, and like our bodies, we are literally evolved to walk and run. So some people think that like walking, like they'll sit and walk on the treadmill forever and try to lose weight. No, we were literally evolved to be able to walk like 5 to 9 kilometers a day, I think it said, and not like lose a lot of calories because like we needed to like retain, like we were going to walk and we were like nomads and stuff, but we needed to like keep our food and like not be like super starving and stuff because we didn't have that much access to food.
Right.
So anyway, I just like went down this rabbit hole of like what like exercising meant back then versus now, and then getting back to your roots, because like we're not made to sit in an office all day and stare at a screen. Mm-hmm. So I've just been thinking about that a lot while I exercise.
Well, about the gym specifically for exercise, I saw it was like a friend posted this on Instagram years ago, and it just stuck with me because I've been thinking about it. And they said like, and this is controversial, especially for gym bros or gym rats, whatever. But like they said that the only purpose of being in a gym is for like physique and like self not self-serving, but you know what I mean, like
narcissism kind of.
Yes,
not narcissism.
And your
vanity.
Your appearance, basically. Yeah,
vanity.
Yep.
Vanity.
Your personal appearance.
I mean, like, I don't think that that's the only reason, right? Like there's other things, like you need to be like somewhat physically strong to like feel good and like not
for
strong,
sure. But the way that you would do that, if you just wanted to be athletic and strong, mm-hmm. you would do something that's actually, and yes, people have fun in the gym, but
yeah,
you would do something actually fun, like basketball, like sports, like soccer, all these things that you'll get so fit and physique, and you'll have a physique and everything if you just did these. But it's and I kind of understand it because I've been in the gym now for almost like a year and a half, like very consistently, mm-hmm. like almost 6 days a week, right? Mm-hmm. And so I know gym culture and I know how people act in the gym and everything like that. And it's very, I mean, you are the whole time you are looking at yourself in the mirror, in the bathrooms, even the men bathrooms. You don't know this obviously, but like every time I go in there, there's people taking pictures of themselves. There's people literally, even no cameras, bro, just flexing in the mirror, just like literally. I'm like, bro, and to me, like I've done that before for sure. I hit the gym, like I want to see my body too.
I mean,
but
a little
like,
bit, yeah.
No shame, bro. Like straight up, like just staring. Whole time I'm washing my hands, counting to 24, doing my whole alphabet, and then I just look over, like, and this man just the whole time, like, I'm like. It's a lot, but I do get that perspective.
I actually kind of could agree with that point. Like, again, no knock. There are people that genuinely really like, lifting, seeing how strong they could get, seeing how much they could build the muscles. Right. And that does have the like physique aspect of it. But like when I think about the like aspect of like, okay, women, like I would say that most men would say that in general that like a super muscular woman is like not attractive to them.
Right.
So like women bodybuilders they're genuinely doing it because they want their physique to look a certain way, but it's not like necessarily for anybody else. That
I agree with, but bodybuilders is like a 2% of the
right. Okay. True. No, I think you're right. I think that's how I feel about it, dude. I love playing soccer. Mm-hmm. I play soccer 2-3 times a week. Yeah. I love it. Super big passion of mine. I hate going to the gym. I when I got into the routine of it, I was going like as much as you were for like 6 months of my life, and eventually it didn't get as bad. Like it wasn't as bad, but I needed to be over quick. Like if I can get out of there in 45 minutes, beautiful, perfect. And I like to do it as early as possible in my day because
9.5. Dude, 9.5.
Dude, kill me. Yeah. I knew that was going to happen. I've burped like 5 times already, but I was like quiet about it while you were talking. I was like, anyway, because I already forgot what I was going to say. All I'm saying is lifting, I don't really like it that much. The sole purpose of the gym, so that's another thing I read in my research is that like actually we like our ancestors weren't like all that much more active than we were. Like it's not like they were like lifting heavy shit all day every day, but like they were moving all day. Like they were moving with a purpose all day kind of. And then when they did lift heavy, which like that is kind of the point of going to the gym, is like you're simulating that. Like your body is made to like do certain movements and stuff like that to make it healthy. Plus all the great like things about your health that it fixes. But I hate it. I love sports.
My biggest motivation at the gym is I think Socrates said this. He said that this can be wrong.
I love
words.
this. I know what you're about to say.
Too. It was like what a shame it is for a man to grow old and not ever realize the full potential of his body.
You're doing yourself a disservice. No, that really stuck with me because you said that to me very recently. Because again, like, okay, I told you I love soccer. The World Cup was recently. I was drinking every day and beer, like drinking a lot of beer. I gained a lot more weight than I'm like comfortable with. I'm still fine. I still like how I look. Like I'm fine with it, but I definitely gained weight and I don't feel as good as I did prior. And you told me, because I was like, I hate the gym. And you were just like, you're literally doing yourself a disservice. You are in the youngest you will ever be. And how dare you like not live out to your full potential right now?
Right. Because we're 25 now. I think like, first of all, 25 is when your brain fully develops, right? I think your body, I heard something that's like your peak physical thing is around 30, 32 or something like that. I don't know if it's true. Regardless, we're getting to that physical peak, right?
Yeah.
And so that will only last for a few years. And then after that, you peak and then your body just naturally ages and depletes. Right. And so so my whole goal at the gym right now is I want to see my body at full physical potential and physique and yeah, it is a little bit self what's the word you used earlier?
Vanity. That's fine. A little vain, but it's fine.
But like, I just want to challenge myself to see I just want a probably 6 month stretch of just seeing myself at the full potential. Then after that, I don't love the gym either. It's hard to get in there. After that, I would love to friggin'
maintain it with something else.
Basketball for an hour a day or whatever.
Dude, I can't I really, really, really like love playing sports. And one thing, like my parents, like my dad, he's 57 and he is still, I play on once a week with him. And like, just the fact that he like is still doing that. He plays soccer 3 or 4 times a week. Like my goal is to just never stop, because he told me that he was like, once you stop, you will never get back into it. And like a lot of people, like once they hit like freaking 30, once people hit 30, they're like, oh, like I'm so old, I can't do that, I can't stay up late, I can't blah blah blah.
Wait, not 30, bro. Our friends say that now. They're like 25.
Cringe. If you're listening to this, cringe. What the hell are you talking about? Like, I don't ever want to be old. Is a mindset. I have no problem. So I just turned 25. So a lot of people now ask like, oh, do you feel any different? You know, quarter of a century, like you're getting like older or whatever. And like some people are like, oh my gosh, like you're gonna be nearing 30 soon. And I'm like, I really do not have a problem with aging. I have no problem with it. And I think it's because I have like my parents as role models, where like to me, I can tell they're aging, but they're not. Like it's just their body. Like everything else is the same. They have not slowed down. And I just don't ever want to. I know I won't. It's a mindset.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I had something to just bounce off of that.
This is not 9.5 hitting you. That's the problem. We need to go down to like 6.
Or natural 4.5. Or 0 water. You ever heard that?
Oh, no, I don't know the meaning of that actually.
Wait, it was on that topic.
I'm about to roast you.
I have to pee so bad.
Go pee.
Yeah, roast me.
I don't think humans evolved to listen to white noise every night.
All right. Listen, have you heard that thing about when you're studying for a test, you chew?
Wait, let me give context. On Saturday night, we slept over at his dad for the Mardi Gras thing. We went to his dad's house in Lake Wales, slept in the mother-in-law suite, us and our friends. And our friend Vic, she was like, Xander, no white noise tonight. And I forgot that he does this. Mans puts white noise on every night. Like, I don't feel like that's what did human beings used to do?
Well, listen to nature sounds.
Well, if you had played that, I would have slept a lot better.
No, so the thing is, when you are studying for a test, that people say this is a trick to chew a special flavor of gum. That way, when you take the test, you chew that same gum and it will help you remember things better. So I sleep when I'm studying, aka when I sleep, I'm putting white noise on. So now when I have problem sleeping or whatever, I chew that same flavor, aka hear the same white noise, and it helps. You're
Pavlov dogging yourself, first of all. Second of all, do you know what Pavlov dogging is? Psychology king, demoted psychology prince. Oh. Because Pavlov was the psychologist who basically he would ring a bell, and every time he rang the bell, he'd put food out for the dog to eat. I think this is I think this is the original experiment, but basically he'd ring a bell, put out food, the dog would come eat the food, and then he eventually associated the ringing bell to coming here.
Right.
He took away the food and he would just ring the bell and the dog would come because he would expect the food.
Right.
So basically you put on white noise and you're like, oh, I'm tired.
Yeah. So
alternatively, just get tired.
I am tired and I could sleep. I'm not dependent on it. It helps.
I think you are.
I could still pass the test without, bro.
You sound like a vapor. I don't even need it, bro.
I don't need it.
I don't need it, bro.
I'm not addicted. Listen.
That's a whole nother topic.
Should I say this? No, I'm not going to say it.
Say it, but then cut it out.
No, I was going to say that I will sleep this whole week until next podcast recording without white noise.
Yeah, but who's going to check you?
No, I will talk about it next week and just trust me on my progress.
All right, bro. You're going to be texting me all night like, motherfucker.
I can't sleep. No, but I will say some scary thought of having white noise is like it does numb not numb, but like blocks out noise. So it's low-key a little dangerous.
It's a little scary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't know if someone breaks in.
No, I do think about those things. I'm a little...
They break in and I just uninterrupted sleep.
It's actually happened to someone we know. Literally got robbed. The house got robbed. They were asleep in the bed.
Who?
Edgar.
Oh.
He literally was being robbed. He didn't know.
Did he have white noise?
Oh no. This motherfucker was just tired. He was just... like, shout out Edgar. He was just tired. I should call him. Miss you.
Oh my gosh. We going in. Anyways.
I think he has a girlfriend. Don't post that.
Just kidding. It's a joke, bro. It's called comedy.
I'm laughing.
You can make jokes. Comedians can make jokes that are usually shouldn't be made.
Yeah, post it.
That wasn't even a...
No,
that was a segue to an interesting talk. I'm just kidding. I want to talk about it. X Factor episode. What are we calling this? 3?
I think we should just call this...
One.
What's it called? Patient 0?
Something like
episode
that.
0.
Anyways... Voodoo Ranger. Not sponsored, but listen, it's kind of good. I'll say that. Every single show, we're going to have a new drink. We're going to hang out. We literally have drinking this much of it, by the way. So
not I.
Oh.
I'm down in here, dude.
Oh. Anyways, you trying to go to Fuel?
Yeah. Shout out to Alyssa one time.
All right, listen. See you guys. It was good.
Peace.
Bye. Wait, that was kind of fire.
That was so fun.